Goodness, okay, so we have heavy emotions on the Golden Bachelor side, and then like all of the emotions on the Bachelor in Paradise side. My name is Seneca. I recap Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. I'm just a normal, casual person who talks about the show casually, and also I talk about the stand out moment as opposed to summarizing the whole entire episode, because we both watched the same exact thing, so I don't feel like I need to recount exactly what happened. In case you're like, why don't you talk about that thing? I'm only talking about exactly what I wrote down. So I also have these episodes split up, or I have this video split up into Golden Bachelor. So I talk about the Golden Bachelor for the first part of the episode, and then Bachelor in Paradise for the last part of the episode. I do want to apologize because my last Golden Bachelor recap, I realized I missed a decent amount of things that I feel like were very important to talk about, and I do just want to pay Golden Bachelor its respect and actually dissect everything that like stood out to me. But my husband and I were pumpkin carving while we were watching the episode, so I really didn't write everything down. I just wrote everything down after the episode happened. But I have sat down and dissected everything note by note this time. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, Golden Bachelor, you're gonna see the timestamp. Bachelor in Paradise, you're gonna see the timestamp in case you're either or. Yeah, that's really just it. Okay, so starting off with the Golden Bachelor recap. We see the women in the pool just like canoodling, having a good time. I love those moments on reality TV where we just see people canoodling and being silly and goofy, because that to me is where the basis of humanity lives. It's just in our silliest, goofiest, weirdest moments. And I love capturing that up. The fact that they have that captured on TV. Then we go cut to Faith. She's just doing something in the kitchen outside of the girls, and she's nervous because she got, of course, the first impression rose, and then after that didn't really get much affirmation, at least that we the audience have seen, and we understand her frustration, because it's like, yeah, we don't really know much about Faith outside of the tidbits that we've caught after night one. We haven't had, you know, like a dedicated date. But when it comes to the date card, Jesse prefaces it with a very torturous way of prefacing a date, being like, okay, guys, whoever gets this date, and this is not word for word, this is just what I took it as, whoever's gonna get this date is gonna get a fantastic, spectacular, one-of-a-kind, the most special bachelor date you can get. And then for the rest of the people, we have like an amazing group date. We have an amazing group date if you want to like join in the group date. But for that one-on-one girl, she's gonna get it. So like, you're like, come on, don't be petty, you guys. That's so I get why they do that. They do that to get into the contestants' heads. Or maybe they just did it because they thought that was an accurate descriptor. But it's also like, that, I just felt like that was a little bit, is it rude? I don't know. I feel like it's a little too much. Really putting emphasis on the fact that a one-on-one is more special. Duh. Like, we get, even in the idea that it's a one-on-one, like, it's just more special in the name. You didn't have to emphasize it that much, Jesse. So, Faith gets the typical helicopter date, which, oh my goodness. Is it a thing that the winners typically get the helicopter hot tub? I mean, hot tub is like a kind of a staple in the Bachelor Nation. But like, she got a really, really good date that was luxurious. I loved it. I thought it was great. So I feel like she might have gotten the affirmation she needed. So, they land on a yacht. Can you imagine going from a helicopter to a yacht? That is what dreams are actually made of. But yeah, so they're having a grand old time. It's just Gary and Faith. I like them together so much. I do. I really could see them working out realistically. So then we cut to Leslie is struggling, especially because Jesse prefaced the date so heavily with that. It's the most spectacular. And you see why, any of these women would struggle, but especially with Leslie, Leslie kind of opens up with the fact that she hasn't really been with like a good man like Gary, a good boring Midwestern man like Gary. Just, I don't know if Gary's boring. He just gives to me like, I am stable, I'm a good guy, a genuine good person who like doesn't really get, I don't know. I just feel like I look at him, I see stability. You know what I mean? I think that's a good thing. But I feel like a lot of people could look at that and be like, boring, especially Leslie. I feel like she could be like, he's a little boring, but he's good for me, you know? So Faith opens up. Okay. I just want to say, of all the one-on-one conversations, I so appreciate the fact that Faith opened up about her traumatic past and how music has healed her, because that's why they're talking about her traumatic past, because Gary was like, I love that you're so musical. I love that you're so musical. And she was like, yeah, it's been really healing for me because, and she goes into details about why music has healed her, and talks about how she was essentially a homeless teen and didn't really have parents, which is so incredibly heartbreaking. Why am I crying? But it just is so sad, because you see her and you think, you are such the most, like, not soft-spoken, but you have such, like, a gentle soul. And you seem so well put together. You think you just have like the typical upbringing, but of course I feel like it's either the people with the most tumultuous past that have been through the worst things that just turn out like absolute angels, like things will never affect them, or like people who are like, oh, you have a villain origin story for sure, and that's why you're bitter and like hard to get to know. Faith is definitely the opposite. But I really appreciate that conversation, because I feel like a lot of I don't want to say grandma and grandmas, but I will. They are grandma and grandpa age. A lot of people who are older, you can just tell that with time comes wisdom, and time comes grace, and with time comes, I don't know, behavior that just shows like they have a lot of love to give in the presence or in the absence of love that they haven't been given. And I don't even, like, I'm speaking like I know her or something. I'm speaking like she's, like, made this humongous change in reality TV. But I just feel like I see why Gary really likes her. And I so appreciate the conversation. And then they just hop into the hot tub. Yeah. So Faith comes home from the date. And we see why the women are jealous, because Faith is like, yeah, we went on a helicopter ride across beautiful California. And then we went into a yacht where we sat on a hot tub. Can you imagine? I'd be so mad, but it would be fine. I just would be upset. I get it. So, and then I love that Ellen was like, hot tub on The Bachelor, that means it's serious. That means she's serious. Ellen is, I feel like, the most evident fan of The Bachelor, because she says things like that just show her cards and being like, yeah, hot tub, that's real. Like, they're trying to show real couples with a hot tub. Why is it that it's only 3 people going for hometowns? What is that about? I feel like they kind of just threw that out there and just were like, deal with it. And is it, I don't know, just like, I would like some sort of an explanation. So, I love that the group date was a carnival, because it was focused on showing your inner child. And not to bring up the whole, I don't want to keep talking about these people who are like valuable people that have so much to offer, just like, oh, the old people, but like truly emphasizing like your inner child and truly just seeing them have fun, just to, like, it made me feel so joyous. Oh my god. Because when the objective is just to have fun and like be open with your feelings and to get to know Gare Bear himself, it just feels like very heartwarming. So we see Teresa tells Gary that she's falling in love with him, and she's, I think, one of the first ones. And then we see Gary going on these multiple little like dates, kind of seeing, honestly, I kind of feel like, is it a carnival or is it just like a fair? What's the difference? No, a carnival is something else, right? I don't. Somebody knows. I don't. I love that this date, I feel like this date is very much like evident of the type of fun you could have as a couple. And I love that he went on little individual things with people, because I feel like it showed what type of a partner he would be like when you got to normal dates, like in the real world. But yeah, sorry, I don't know why I've been burping so much lately. I feel like I need to Google, like, what disease is burping an indicator of? Because I feel like it's not normal the amount of times I have to, like, pause. Sorry, you don't even need to know that, you don't. it's so embarrassing the things that I say without editing them, because they just have to be said, and then I can't do anything about it. You left. But anyway, like I was saying, okay, so Gary is with his women, and then we see that, what's her name? Leslie opens up about past cheating experiences, which is like always sad. And she, I guess for the first time ever, has like a really stable, genuine guy, and she's feeling the weight of that, because she's like, shoot, like, you really do treat me in a way that I've never felt before, and this new feeling is like insane to me. What did she say specifically? She said, my feelings for you are really foreign. Isn't that, it's kind of heartwarming, because it's like, that it's like great for those feelings to be foreign, you know what I mean? Anyway, so also Leslie opening up about the cheating, I feel like is an indicator of the fact that it hit her so hard, it hurt her so much, that even now she's talking about it, and I'm assuming that was like a long time ago, and I feel like it really displays the lasting effects of which cheating can have on a person if, like, I'm assuming decades later, because I think she maybe said it was like within her first marriage or marriages, that it's like that you can feel like stability or kindness or security is a foreign feeling to you. Like, that's what cheating can do to you. That's so upsetting. It just makes me, don't cheat on your partners. Like, just do the right thing and just tell them you don't want to be with them. Yikes. Okay. So we kind of are in the date realizing that, like, everyone's falling in love with Gary, which I think, I don't want to keep being like, I'm so sad about that, but like, really, it pulls at your heartstrings hearing a lot of these women be like, this is my second chance at love, I didn't even think it was possible for me. It does. It really does. Yeah, it just, like, these, when we see these women going home, their confessionals are just 10 times more real than just, I just opened myself up and, like, you know, it just is, it's real. Like, it feels incredibly more real than anything on The Bachelor or Bachelorette. So Gary doesn't give out a group date rose, which is, I don't know, I feel like I could understand it, even though I don't fully get, I get maybe he's like conflicted, being like, well, I really like this person, I really like this person, but not enough to be like, I'm gonna see your family, so I need to think about it another day, you know? But I felt devastated for, like, Leslie, you know? Or like Ellen. Ellen is such a sweetheart. Well, from her ITM, she seems like a sweetheart. Does she have this, like, little, like, thick, I was gonna say thick Boston accent. I don't even know what accent it is, but she has this thick, like, it's like a very peculiar accent. I feel like it's, I don't know. Is it like East Coast? It comes out that she has like not that she has a strong personality, but like that's the type of accent that you hear that you like assume from a strong personality, you know? So I want to call her sweet, but she also seems like very much, I don't know, strong. But I don't know if she's strong. It may be her accent rubbing me the wrong way, giving me a different impression, you know? So the ladies come dressed to kill at the rose ceremony. I feel bad for saying this, all except for Ellen, because Ellen was just in a simple little black dress. Artemis, sorry, I'm not putting her up. Ellen just comes in a little simple black dress, which is fine, but it's not like killing the other way the women were, but it's okay because she goes home. Yeah, so I'm crying because Sandra, Susan, and Ellen leave. Why? No, I get it. Why am I? Also, it's so insane looking at all of the women that Gary chose, Mr. Gare the Bear, because he chose a strong type. Like, I think it's brown hair for sure. They maybe have green or brown eyes, I think. And like very soft souls. It's just very interesting. We can see they got a little type. I'm not against it. I don't hate it. I thought it was very fascinating. But I looked at my husband and I was like, look at Gary's type. Interesting. But I love it because it's very, I don't know. But that's my end for the Golden Bachelor. I'm just going to hold up my notebook just to, like, let myself know this is where I'm indicating the end of where I need to put the marker for my timestamp. So if you're like, what the heck are you doing? I just need to know that, like, my thing is ending at, like, 17 something or whatever the heck time this is. So anyway, and it probably makes no sense. Anyway, so now we have Bachelor in Paradise. Take a shot every time Kat says, it's my birthday, if you want to end up getting your stomach pumped. Because what the heck was that? It's so obnoxious. It's so annoying. So let's start off, obviously, with the first parts of the episodes. The things that stood out to me of the first parts of the episodes. Sean panicking because he quit his job to come to Paradise is very weird. But it makes sense because a lot of contestants, at least on the back end of the podcasts that I watch, and just, if you think about it, like, most people have to quit their shows to go on these multi-month, multi-week shows, because it's like, how much PTO do you really have? You have no idea when you're coming back. But yeah, it's really interesting that he came to Paradise to take a chance on love. You did not come to Paradise to take a chance on love, Sean. Please. Like, people who quit their job don't come to Paradise to take a chance on love if they're like Sean. You come to Paradise because you're like, I'm going to try this influencer thing. And even Eric from Gabby and Rachel's season admitted it himself. So, we have another Sam comes down from the Canadian beaches of Paradise, which, interesting. And she starts pulling, these men start pulling her like they're pulling connections out of thin air. Because it's like, what? None of these men can say anything that would indicate, like, oh, you're my best match. They're literally just doing anything to stay on the page, especially Sean. Speaking of Sean, the way that Sam humbled Sean so quick was so great. Honestly, as a younger person, as a 24-year-old, sometimes when people say, like, oh, you're just a baby, your brain hasn't even fully developed, come talk to me in your prefrontal cord, can't even pronounce, can't even figure out what the heck that is. Literally, it's not developed then if I can't even get it out. But, when people start saying, like, oh my god, you're so little, I feel like people are projecting there, because it's like, okay, just because you at this age were so, I don't know, young and clueless doesn't mean you need to project that onto everybody. But it was very comforting to see Sean humble that way, because it just needed to happen. It needed to happen. It was like, he's annoying. So I enjoyed seeing that, but I really hate when people bring up the age disparities in relation to just, like, oh, typical 24-year-olds, oh, typical 27-year-olds, whatever. As somebody who, like, doesn't have a typical, as somebody who wasn't brought up, like, in a very typical American sense, especially, I feel like there are people who aren't very typical for being younger in their 20s. Like, being married in 24 is different than somebody who's single in 24 and, like, never been in a relationship, you know? Anyway. So Eliza chooses Aaron B. I don't know what it is. I really should be so pro Eliza and Aaron. Simply because I'm like rooting for black love at any cost. I am. Yeah, I love black love. I'm always going to root for it. I'm always going to want to see it. But there's something about Eliza that just weirds me out. So yeah. Now we're in the rose ceremony. Olivia is smart and chooses John Henry. Actually, I can't even say Olivia is smart and chooses John Henry. Olivia just simply is conscious and has a brain enough to choose John Henry. Then we see that Mercedes chooses Tyler. I have said it once, I will say it again. I want to see Mercedes get more play. The woman is the baddest on the beach. I don't think that a lot of people would disagree with me, seriously. It kind of upsets me that people are just, like, not really taking her out or anything. Okay, so we see that, hold on, I'm so sorry. I know that I do this every once in a while. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry, I know that was so uncomfortable for you. I just had to check the time, and then I saw that Things were getting a little low. Okay, so Sam chooses Peter. And I choose John B. Is his name John B? John B's just so much. John, what the other John, had to go home because he wasn't chosen, but he's like so much more attractive than Peter. Peter? Yuck. Thank goodness Will is going home. I didn't like his sad vibes. He made us feel depressed a little bit. And yeah, thank God. So it's Kat's birthday. Yet Rachel got the one-on-one. Do the producers hate her or what? Because, like, honestly though, Rachel really deserves this. I feel like the franchise has done Rachel a little dirty, because I feel like they've made her kind of unlikable, and then she ended up with somebody who cheated on her, and now she's in paradise, not really being fully acknowledged as the bachelorette that she was, you know? But yeah, I'm happy that she gets the one-on-one because she goes on this cute little date with Bray. And Bray. I'm starting to like Bray a little bit more. Oops. Don't think I would have said that like months ago, but I am. Honestly though, as much as like I'm starting to like people that I normally wouldn't like, I think the environment really matters. With Eliza and Aaron, they give me Eliza and Aaron give me Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union vibes because they just do. Simply, they just do. That's what they should be that for Halloween if they're together. They're probably not, but they should if they are. Pretty girl, Dwayne Wade looking boy, like that's it. Paradise dates are so weird. Like, who the heck was like, let's make them be human piñatas. Let's just dress them up as human piñatas. It's like the Bachelor just runs out of ideas and just has AI just make up these little dates. Like, let's do something Mexican enough that it pays respect to the fact that they're in Mexico, but then also keep it fun and creative. Like, what? ChatGPT this whole entire like list of of Bachelor in Paradise dates. I was gonna say group dates. No. It is, what the heck is it? Darty? I understand like they just made it up like a daytime drinking party. Y'all in the suburbs are so bored. You'll just make up anything and go with it. Eee. It's so much as a suburban thing. Darty! You guys are for Darty. It just takes me back to being in the suburbs and just being like, y'all literally, I don't know. Davia comes down. She tells Jesse that, your eyes look like the ocean. I just need to tell you. No, you don't. You did not need to tell a married man that his eyes look like the ocean unless you are trying to slide into those DMs. I don't know, maybe I'm just making it too big of a deal about that, but like, if somebody told my husband that and his eyes were blue, I'd be like, let's keep that in the drafts. Like, seriously, weirded me out. It is interesting witnessing the Bachelor in Paradise glow up, because when Davia stepped on the beach, I already thought she was beautiful on, was it Zach season? Yeah. But when she came to the beach, I was like, you were looking so good. Every single time people step onto the beach, I'm like, no matter who you are, you glow up when you step on those beaches. I think mainly it's like the tropical environment makes everybody look just more beautiful and more stunning. If you're like lighter, more tan. If you're like darker, your like hair gets to like shine, like your braids make you look like, I don't know, there's just something about the Paradise glow up. But it's not even like a glow up, because Davia was still beautiful on the past season. She just looks like more glowed up now, but not that she was ugly, you know what I mean? So Kat and her dang birthday, she is too damn old to care this much and put this much emphasis on her day of birth. You are too old. You're 27. I mentioned it once or twice to people in my office and didn't expect anything, and would have been very uncomfortable. People were like, oh my god, let's make a big deal about this. I just feel like I just can't stand spoiled adults. I really can't. They make me ill because there's like the entitlement there of like, I've always been treated the way that I've been treated, and I expect that from everybody else. And yeah, so we see that, hold on, Sorry. We see that Davia takes, what's his name? Who's cat? Tanner. Davia takes Tanner on the date, and Tanner just says yes, like, out the gate, which I don't have a problem with. Like, what are you supposed to be like, before I get back to you, let me talk to this person who, like, kind of has a lot of bad vibes to them, who I feel like I should talk to, but I don't really want to. Like, are you supposed to say there? So, whatever, Kat gets really pissed because she's like, it's my birthday! It is my birthday! Which, you're 27. You are too old for this. Oh my god, maybe if she was 16, maybe. Even then, it's like, grow up. So, also, everybody just, like, kind of takes note of being like, oh my goodness, we should, like, really make her day because her man is being taken out on her birthday. And the whole beach, staff included, comes down and gives her a cake. I hated that the whole beach was so accommodating to this person who they don't even like. Nobody even likes her. I don't understand how Kat has people in her corner at all, because she's so obnoxious, she's so annoying. She's the worst character on the beach, and yet people are like, oh my god, Kat, are you okay? Oh my god, we need to get her a cake. Oh my god, what are we gonna do? Literally, somebody needs to sit down and be real with her and be like, you are too damn old for this. And you take up so much space, and you're so entitled, and it seems like nobody has ever told you no. So I'm gonna be the one. Somebody needs to do that to her. It's like, I'm even like, I don't know why, I'm getting like heated. Because I just don't like people who are brats when they're above the age of 12. Anyway, not Wells fixing the truth box when Bachelor has budget just to get another one. I don't know. Bachelor be acting like they don't have money to do these, like, great things. And it just really shocks me. So, from the truth box, we see that Sam causes some trouble, and she's like, this beach is boring. Let's play some truth or dare. And everybody starts playing truth or dare. Some of the truths or dares. Brayden lap dances Jess whenever somebody said, like, I dare you to lap dance the most exciting one here. And we're like, where is Rachel? Peter kisses Kylie. Uncomfortable. Of course, the first one, Aaron swallows that really spicy pepper. I wonder how spicy was that, because, like, I feel like we didn't get too much emphasis on that, other than the fact that he was like, that was all color. Like, what the heck was that? That was all colors. Jess hesitates to say yes to Blake being number one. Sorry, I just gotta check the time. Okay, thank God. I'm so sorry. I know it's so uncomfortable when I do that. Jess hesitates to say yes to Blake being number one. Mercedes makes out with John Henry. Jess hesitating to say yes to Blake being number one. That's like, somebody knew that she was not going to say, or knew that she wanted to not say yes when they asked that. Don't do that in front of everybody. Oh my god. Mercedes makes out with John Henry. John Henry should be pulling men who look like, or Mercedes should be pulling men that look like John Henry. Oh my god. I said it once, say it again, and I'll say it again and again. Mercedes should be getting more play from better people. I love that Brayden and Rachel are just having fun. I loved seeing them being like, we'll do the Patrick Swayze thing. That was cute. I'm rooting for them. I am. Are John Henry and Olivia actually a thing, or are they a thing because everybody else is coupled up? Let me know. I don't really see okay, other than the commentary, I don't really see the appeal of Olivia because I think she has personality. I really do put, in my opinion, I put personality above everything. But I just feel like in Bachelor in Paradise, I don't really see why she gets a lot of, like, play. Wait a minute. What is going on in my apartment? So the whole uncertainty talk that Blake and Jess have is so weird, because that's like the first talk that we see them have, like, in general. It's weird because it's like, we don't even know why y'all like each other. We haven't even seen you guys really talk before. So this whole uncertainty thing is like, we wouldn't even care if y'all broke up because we don't know you. We don't know you as a couple. Jess gets overwhelmed And then Blake realizes he's too old to be playing around. They're like Jess is like the youngest on the beach, and Blake is like the oldest on the beach. So I don't really like it from the start. I know people say like age gap relationships don't really matter. It's all about what's in the heart. When it comes to where y'all are at in like life stages, I feel like it do. So that automatically just weirds me out. LOL at what's her name? Who the heck was like, I wanted to be like this. Oh, it's a girl who I just mentioned, Davia, being like, it should be like this, but instead it's like like this. Like it should be like this, but it's like that. Great. Like love triangle versus just simply being in a 2-person relationship. Funny. Kat is stewing, and we cut off on the fact that Tanner was gonna pull her to talk. Tanner needs to run for the hills, whatever. She's a complainer. She feels like she's owed much more than she is, much more than she deserves, and she's annoying. I really hope that she gets her handed to her. I don't like that the whole beach is accommodating her and making her feel good when it's like you have the worst attitude here. Even if they're giving you a bad edit, that edit be looking horrendous. Like non-fixable, horrendous, weird. Yeah. That's all I have to say. I do these recaps whenever the heck I can. I do them every week, but whenever the heck I can. I said I wanted to get them out like Fridays, Saturdays, latest Sundays, but some days me and my husband just can't watch it until later because he's a student and he has things to do. But yeah, I'll try to get this up whenever the heck I can, but subscribe to see when I do upload these. Yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night.